Um, it's ridiculous.
It is.
This bill also makes sure that once we do get insurance and we are getting that care that we're paying for, doctors and other healthcare professionals are being paid based on quality performance as opposed to quantity performance. And you know the quantity performance rating is a reason why people rush through a doctor's visit,
so
push you through everything, and you don't get the quality care you should get.
That's very important.
That is key to changing the system. No, we are not going to change overnight because this law has been put in place. Things are going to be shaken up. Any good thing comes with a price. But the point is, preventative care, the deficit is going to be cut. What else? I can stay on my parents' insurance.
Right?
Graduating college until 26. I mean, I think that's a pretty big deal.
That's a pretty big deal, especially in this job market when you can't even get a job as it is. So how is it that you're going to get a job? And besides getting a job, you're going to get a job that's decent enough that's going to provide you these excellent health care benefits and for you to be able to take care of yourself. So if our people, our Congress, or our government, the people we have elected, cannot dig deep inside of themselves and really think about the overall good of the people and understand that it's a tough time. These kids are graduating and they're not getting jobs. They're still living in their parents' homes. They're already feeling the burdens of that, the psychological aspects, the emotional. All of these things are going on. I mean, you're getting ready to graduate. You're freaked out of your mind because you don't have a job secured. It wasn't like that before. It is like that now. So you have to accommodate your citizens, and this bill is allowing that. If you can stay on your your parents' health care insurance until you're 26 years old, assuming you've graduated college around 21, 22, that will give you enough time to, get yourself together. Hopefully you have found a job by then, and then to be able to wean yourself off. But we're literally kicking kids. I have family, cousins who in their teenage years didn't even have health care because their parents didn't have health care because of the jobs that they had, and it's ridiculous.
I didn't. And it's really sad because I have one parent who's working as a security officer under Homeland Security, and not until a certain number of years in working in this industry does he qualify for health care, and then he puts us all on it. And then I have a mother who got put off full-time position to being put on part-time, and all her benefits were slashed. So no health care, and yet you work in a hospital as a nursing assistant, as a nurse, as whatever, and you don't have any health insurance. I'm sorry. That is unacceptable.
That's very unacceptable. And I mean, moving forward, we understand that there's a lot of criticisms and arguments against it. For instance, the religious freedoms and things. I'm sure you all, and I hope you all, are in the loop about what was taking place last month with the Catholic Church and the Catholic Association, and the whole contraception, the whole mandate for including contraception in your in the bill. For employers to provide to their employees, but at the end of the day, we have to admit that this, as much as we trust in God and we believe in God, we cannot use religious religious rhetoric as the argument when we're dealing with something like this. You mean to tell me if someone is from a Buddhist religion and does not believe in the Catholic religion and is coming to be employed by you want to limit their availability to contraceptions and things that contraceptions and things of that nature? It's just quite crazy to me.
It is crazy to me too, and I think sometimes I feel this is us nitpicking. Okay, we're nitpicking at subjects that are so grand and scheme. Now, yes, it is a fundamental and very important aspect of Catholicism. I respect that totally, and I respect that in Catholicism there are offered alternatives, alternative natural family planning as a tool to prevent people from relying on contraceptives. But contraceptives are they're not just about birth control. It's not just about stopping you from being pregnant. Some people use it to regulate their hormones. There's so many disorders within
acne, all these things. And so, but then Samira, this is my point. Then this becomes invasive. Then this starts
why
to,
do you need
why do you need
contraceptives?
contraceptives?
You need to tell me why before I let you. Why? It's my body.
Or is it because, you know, you want to regulate your hormone, whatever? And
No,
that becomes invasive. That goes against what we stand for as Americans. So it's kind of like, stop the whole nitpicking. Stop all of this. It works in this way, it works that way, and just think about the general public and the general good and the common good. That, you know, that's all that it matters at the end of the day.
It's one issue.
Sorry, we just got a little visitor. Hi.
My little brother just came home
Hi,
from school.
Sweetie.
Hi.
But yeah, so
But,
you know,
I also think that one of the fears that I've heard a lot of people put out is, why do I have to pay for this? Why is the government telling me what to buy? Okay, it's your health. You have every right to decide about that. But in the grand scheme of government taking care of people, this is a need that the government should take care of. Also, the government is not saying, for those of us who cannot afford whatever it is at whatever time, whatever the insurance plan is, that they're not willing to give us the money to buy these insurance plans. They're subsidizing funds that are going to be able to help people who cannot afford these plans. So you're not being left out in the dark completely to just scramble for money and find a insurance plan.
Believe,
that's what they want you to think. But this is not what this is about. So let's not get off topic. If you feel that your health is not important, I'm sorry, that's a lie. Nobody is invincible. We all need some basic health care. Okay? And you can opt to pay for the lowest bracket of insurance, provided there are scales to this thing. You know, you can go far as high as you want and as low as you want. Yeah. Choices. Again, we have choices.
We have choices, exactly. So don't let them make you afraid. Don't let them, you know, do the scare tactic that you know they usually like to do.
Throw you off.
Exactly. At the end of the day, the reason for this is that we all collectively need to be fighting for this. Okay, and it's not a political, it's not a party issue. I think that this thing has surpassed party issue. It has surpassed politics. I think now it's just about good.
Yes.
Good deeds. What we're supposed to be standing off on as Americans.
That's
we
right.
like to go in other countries and, you know, no, you can't
police
do this.
Human rights.
No, you
this
can't
is a
do
human
that.
rights issue.
This is a human. When you have hospitals in Los Angeles dropping patients off at the curbsides of shelters because they know that they're not going to be able to afford and they don't have health care insurance, their health care, then you know this is a human rights issue going on in the United States of America.
Right
and it's on the hush. No one wants to talk about it. No one really cares. No one really feels afflicted by it.
Only because they haven't been individually touched by it.
But it's only a matter of time, because we did not predict the housing bubble of 2008.
Oh, no, we didn't.
2007.
But it happened.
So it's only a matter of time. So right now, while it's going on, we need to be in the know. We need to understand what's going on. Guess what? You can go on C-SPAN. You can listen to the arguments, the oral arguments that are being made right now in C-SPAN, C-SPAN's website. You can be in the know. You can mobilize your communities, mobilize organizations, mobilize your church. Go out. Protest for it. Call your legislator's office. Pick up the phone. Hey, you better make sure this bill goes through. I'm not voting you back in next election year. You have to be proactive within your community, because like we always say, right now you may not feel like it's touching you, it's not affecting you, but remember, we do not know what the future holds for us. And so because of that, we have to make sure that we are securing preventative measures such as this, so that we're all accounted for, and we're all okay. It's important for us to think about each other. You know what I mean? No one's saying let the competition go in such a competitive society as we are in. However, we have to learn to just step outside of us and just think about the larger picture. There's so much more going on than Kim Kardashian and her sisters. There really
I don't
is.
even know who that is.
So I'm a little bit more in the loop.
We are talking about a law that helps insurance companies from saying no to us because we have pre-existing conditions.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I know you watched John Q and you got teary-eyed and you were upset because Denzel's son was in the hospital. I mean, the man held a hospital hostage because
This
why?
like this
Because of
happens
this
all the
kind of
time.
situation.
And it happens all the time. The degrees to this, it happens all the
It
time.
does.
And this is not an advertisement, but go out and watch Sicko, Michael Moore's documentary. Go watch that.
That's
you know,
a necessity.
I mean, people that are having to leave the country because they have cancer, and because of that, and they want to go do biops, do whatever,
Yeah.
and the healthcare insurance is saying no, we've denied you because of X, we've denied you because of Y. First of all, if I'm paying you monthly for health insurance, how are you denying me for X, Y, and Z? You understand what I'm saying? Because when it's time for me to make my my payment out to you, I'm not saying, oh, I'm not gonna pay you this month because you denied me last month for X, Y, Z. It's unfair, and I really thank the Obama administration for their boldness.
Yes.
Okay, because that's
Taking
a bold
this on.
move. The last time we heard about this was when Hillary tried to do this as first lady. That wasn't gonna go anywhere. Okay, but at least she tried. At the end of the day, I have to commend the Obama administration for being
pushing
as
this.
bold as they are to come up with something so historical, so monumental, that's gonna impact every last one of us.
Mhm.
Okay, we talk about these little tits bats policies that they do to play political games, but this is something grand, and we need to embrace it. First of all, we need to understand it. We need to get the facts, understand it, embrace it, and we need to push for it.
Yes.
Okay.
Forget about the abstract ideologies that you have formulated in your head to support not letting this go through. Healthcare is necessary. In America, we need to set an example. We really do. We cannot allow ourselves, as one of the leading nations in the world, to continue to have low infant mortality rates.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, our life expectancy is not as high as some other competitors.
It's not at all.
It's,
in UK and even in France, their life expectancies are much higher than ours. You know,
yes.
much higher.
And yet, the ironic part is we spend more money on healthcare every year than any other nation.
Because we don't like to do preventative care, sweetie. You know that. We don't like to do preventative. We like to let the things spoil and then try to dig it out.
That's how we lose more money. We're putting so much money into fixing what is already damaged, as this whole act is almost a metaphor of we are asking for $940 billion to fix our future. Okay? It's not going to be by magic, but it's worth it. And we just need to take a chance and really consider this bill and push for the Supreme Court and these individual states.
Push for it.
Push for them to understand that you need this to go down.
It has to.
You need to be given this choice. And if it doesn't work, there's always a chance to forget this bill and rewrite a new one. We can't just settle.
But we can't just settle.
We can't just settle.
We cannot
because
settle.
the other side is not giving us an alternative. They're not. They are not. They are staunchly voting always on party lines, not about issues, but about what their party seeks to mandate in this country.
Exactly.
Now, not having insurance is a huge problem.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. And we need to just go ahead and address it. And, you know, on that note, you guys have the facts. You guys know where to go. We're gonna add our links to the video as well, so you guys can, you know where the information is coming from. You guys just let's do the research together. Let's keep the conversation going together. Let's put the pressure on together, and let's get this bill pushed through, because it's a necessity, and so we're gonna go ahead and move on and start talking about the student loan debts and the most up-to-date recent news that is formulated around that. But we don't want to leave the healthcare conversation stagnant, because we know that coming up very soon, I think it's June or July, I believe it's July, there's a decision going to be made, and we just can't let the decision be made for us. I really dislike that very passive attitude towards things in life. I just feel like if we're here, we need to be here touching something. Like, we just don't walk around here and just go and that's it. And so with that being said, we need to be proactive about this. We need to push. We need to do whatever it's going to take to get this bill to go through. If they say, oh, they're still objecting to it, all right, write us up a new one, because at the end of the day, we're not going to rest until all of us are insured. Okay,
and
every
well
last
taken
one
care
of us.
of.
Just like how you guys are well taken care of, and you guys are well insured, and we're paying your salaries. Can we be taken care of the same way? So let me not go ahead and ramble on. We can go ahead and move on to the student loan,
So
the student loan debt.